I want to give you a overly simplistic, simple model. It's like a checklist. It's like, okay, I want to change my body. I want to change my relationship. Where do you start? The first step on your path is what do you really want and why do you want it? Clarity is power. If you know what you really want and why you want it, that's different than the earlier conversation, which is telling me what you didn't want. You make no progress focused on what you don't want. So you have to start with what do I really want? And most importantly, the fuel is why you want it. And you have to have strong enough reasons to actually follow through when it gets uncomfortable, because it's going to get uncomfortable. And that's the first step. If you said I want something and you can't tell me what you want, that's where we need to start.
If you want to be wealthy and happy the rest of your life, just learn this lesson well. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I have found in my experience that income does not far exceed personal development. Now, sometimes income takes a lucky jump, but sure enough, unless you grow out where it is, it'll usually come back where you are. Life has strange ways. If somebody hands you $1 million, best you become a millionaire quickly, so you get to keep the money. Otherwise, sure enough, it'll disappear. Somebody once said, if you took all the money in the world, divided it up equally among everybody, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. So instead of going after it, you work on yourself, personal development. Because true happiness is not contained in what you get. Happiness is contained in what you become. Now, if you're excited and you're ready to change, let me give you 3 steps to start life change that can change your life, your personality, your lifestyle, everything can change. Here's the steps. Number 1, find out how things work. To change your life, really, you need ideas. There isn't anything an idea can't change. And Schultz taught me the major problem is lack of an idea, not a problem. At first, I didn't have any money. I said to Mr. Schultz, I don't have any money. He said, that's not a problem. Now, see, up until then, I always thought it was. Right? I was confused. He said, no, the problem is lack of an idea on how to create money and wealth. It isn't lack of money, it's lack of ideas. So if you get the ideas, see, you can change anything. Now, to get ideas, you need a constant study of finding out. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Make it a study. Some people just go through the day with their fingers crossed. See, that won't do it. You've got to study the things that can change your economic, social, spiritual, personal life. Now, Schultz also said, when you find out something that works, put the information in your journal. Don't use your head for a filing cabinet. Put it in your journal so that you can do the next best thing. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Go over it. And if you repeat it, go over it, sure enough, someday, some mysterious day, the idea takes root, starts to grow, and shows up in your bank account, and your dress, and your personality, and your lifestyle.
But what if we told you that true wealth isn't just about money in the bank, and happiness isn't just about always feeling good? Real abundance is about alignment, when your values, actions, and purpose move together. It's fulfillment that goes beyond material wins. It's a mindset that fuses financial wisdom with deep inner peace. Wealthy people, those who build and sustain abundance, don't just think about money differently. They think about life differently. They live from a place of possibility, not panic. While many people are trapped in a cycle of scarcity, constantly worrying there's never enough, those with a wealth mindset operate with the quiet confidence that there's more where that came from. That doesn't mean they're reckless or naive. It means they believe in growth, in opportunity, and in their ability to create where others see limitations. They see options. A wealthy mindset is rooted in ownership of choices, of time, of energy. It's the habit of thinking long-term, instead of living moment to moment, always chasing the next quick fix. People who build wealth don't just spend less, they spend smarter. They don't chase status, they invest in value. And they understand the difference between consuming to feel better and creating to build better. You'll notice they delay gratification, not because they're joyless, but because they understand the difference between what feels good now and what builds freedom later. It's not about being stingy, it's about being intentional. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of a wealth mindset is this: it's not attached to external validation. People who are truly wealthy don't need to prove it. In fact, many of them live below their means, keep their wins quiet, and build in silence. They aren't moved by comparison or competition. They're guided by vision. They don't fear failure because they know every misstep is just part of the learning curve. This mindset makes room for mistakes, for risk, for experimentation. And that's why it multiplies the scarcity mindset.
You got to be clear and honest about where you really are compared to where you want to be. How many of you have some areas of your life where you are not where you want to be? How many some areas where you're actually doing great? You're proud of where you are in that area of your life. The only way you improve once you know what you want, why you want it, is to tell yourself the truth about why you're there. In other words, describe the gap with clarity. Where are you compared to where you want to be? And then the second part of that is you got to close the gap. And in order to do that, you got to get clear what's gotten in the way in the past. And that's basically what I did with each of these people I was just talking to, if you listened. What's gotten in the way? It's a fear, it's an emotion, or it's a limiting belief, and that belief is made up of language, physiology, and focus. In case you haven't noticed, they're all made up of those three things. So we can change any of those and change the belief. Or is it a skill you're missing? You manage your finances, but you don't have any skills in there. You don't know how to invest. You don't know the basic principles. So the way you face the truth that'll set you free is you figure out what stopped you in the past. And it's only a few things. It's a set of emotions, a set of beliefs, or a set of habits or skills you're missing. And I'll tell you, 90%, at least 80% of the time, it's the mental and the emotions. Because if you have the right beliefs and emotions, you can get the skill. And if you tell yourself the truth there, now you're really on the path. Now you got momentum.
Success is not in short supply. It isn't rationed, and you stepped up to the window and it was all gone. No, no, no. It's like an ocean here. Now, if that's true, what's the problem? Well, some people go to the ocean with a teaspoon. Have you got the picture? See, what you want to do in view of the size of the ocean is trade your teaspoon for at least a bucket, and you'll look better down at the ocean. Kids won't make fun of you, right? Okay. Now, there's two ways to ask, and we'll wrap up goal setting. Two ways. Here's number one. Ask with intelligence. It didn't say ask intelligently, but I'm sure it meant that. Don't mumble. You don't get anything by mumbling. Be clear. Be specific. Intelligent asking means how wide, how high, how soon, when, what size, what color, how much. Define what you want and describe what you want. That's powerful. Goals become like a magnet. They pull you that direction. And the better you describe them, the more they pull. So ask intelligently. Here's number two. Ask with faith. That's the childish part of the equation. Believe you can get what you want like a child. Not an adult. Adults are too skeptical. So the formula really reads, make plans like an adult and believe in them like a child. And the most incredible things will happen.